Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. Now on today's video we are joined by my trusty web whiteboard, so you know it's going to be value packed, so make sure you hit that like button and subscribe button. Now the topic of today's video is going to be how to get 10,000 subscribers on OnlyFans fast, and not just fast within a short space of time, but also keeping that up with longevity, so you have a really powerful marketing system for your OnlyFans account. Now this is going to be beneficial to you whether you're an OnlyFans agency owner and you're managing models, or whether you're an OnlyFans creator, so make sure you stick until the end of this video. Now in case you don't know who I am, my name is Ethan Bayliss. I'm the founder of Altrist, which is the leading OnlyFans agency based in the UK, and I also help other people start and scale their very own OnlyFans agencies. So links for that can be found in the description below. Now the subject we're going to be talking about today, which is something which I feel is overlooked and is one of the most powerful marketing concepts in the world, and that is serving your audience. Now, the reason serving your audience is one of the most powerful marketing concepts in the world is because it gives your audience exactly what they're looking for, which is what marketing basically comes down to in the end of the day, is that they're looking for a particular thing and you provide that thing that they're looking for. Now, in the sense of serving your audience, we're going to be unpacking this because there's multiple layers to this, and you need to make sure that you're addressing each and every layer to this. But essentially, if you want to get better at marketing, you need to get better at serving your audience. And it's something that's often forgotten in today's world. Many people are on these platforms looking for the next tip, the next trick, the next hack. However, really comes down to serving your audience on these platforms. And that's going to be the biggest hack you can ever pull off, because by serving your audience, you're going to be outcompeting someone who isn't serving the audience just as well and is using all the latest marketing hacks and tricks. So when it comes to serving your audience, you may be saying, well, that's all well and good. However, the audience is pretty general. Now, the way you make serving your audience get 10x the efficiency, so 10x the output for just serving your audience, it's by targeting a narrower audience. So what I mean by that is, let's say this is the niche, for example. So this circle here represents all OF models. So OF models is a niche in itself, and you get guys who are just interested within this niche and they're looking to purchase content to pleasure themselves too. So OF models is a particular niche. Now you can peel the onion back a further layer. So you can peel it back to another layer, which could be, for example, models who are targeting fetish content. So it could be OF feet models. Now this is more of a narrow audience than just models, and by having a smaller audience than just OF models, again I apologize for the whiteboard handwriting, but by having a narrower audience than just OF models, it's going to be very easy to serve your audience, and your audience is going to be getting more value from you serving them. And you can even peel that back a layer further. It could be OF models with who deal with feet, who are into particular foods. It could be something along those lines, and you can get down the rabbit hole. You can take a whole variety of niches and you can go very deep into them. But the deeper you go and the more you serve that audience, the more return you're going to see from the actual value of serving your audience. So I hope that makes sense. If you're just an OF model and you're not really in a niche and you're trying to get some fast growth, you're going to have to rely on the latest marketing hacks and just trying to get as much views, as many views as possible and as much reach as possible. That's what you're going to have to rely on. However, if you go down a particular niche, and this is just one example, you get dozens, hundreds of different niches out there. And if you go down the niche and you go down the actual rabbit hole of the niche, then you can actually just get some really fast growth and get some really good results from just serving your audience. And you don't even need to worry about getting as many views as possible and as much reach as possible, because you're in a narrower niche. So you're providing more value to that audience, which makes them more likely to give you money. Now, that is one layer of serving your audience. Now, the next layer, which people often struggle with, is what I like to call foundational copywriting. Now, when I say copywriting, I do not mean the copywriting in the sense of, that's mine, you stole it. That's not what I mean. Foundational copywriting is a sense of writing some context down to a relevant audience. So for example, if you're writing foundational copywriting for a person who is into OF models, the foundational copywriting could be just doing a bit of research into what their interests are. So I'm interested in girls who sell nudes online, or it could just be something along those lines. However, if you've got foundational copywriting about a more of an obscure niche, then you're going to find that the foundational copy varies greatly. So the reason foundational copywriting is really important is because when people read, you're actually selling them. So when someone reads your bio on an Instagram page, or your bio on a TikTok page, or your bio on the OnlyFans platform itself, and the actual text that you put in the captions and the posts, that actually is selling them on why they should subscribe to you. So it's really important that you optimize this text and that you speak to your audience, because if you have really comprehensive foundational copywriting in the sense of you really understand the niche, you understand everything about them, then it's going to be really easy to serve your audience, because you're going to know exactly what to serve them. So lots of people struggle with this. However, the best way to kind of figure out exactly the foundational copywriting that you should be having for your niche, so that the particular words that they use, the particular phrases that they use, what they're looking for, what they like, what they dislike, the way you can go about figuring all of this out and write your foundational copy for them is by researching. You can use different forums online. So for example, you can use Reddit as a forum, you can use Quora as a forum, you can also use different fetish websites or fetish forums. As well as that, you can also use various other OF pages. So you can actually look at different OF models, look at what they're saying about the particular niche, how they're addressing the niche, what sort of content they're making for it, what the audience responds well to, what the audience doesn't respond well to. And you can also use a website called Answer Public. Now, these websites here are just information gathering research resources. So you can go on these websites and you can search down your particular niche that you're addressing and that you want to, the audience you want to serve. You can put that in these websites here, and you can then figure out exactly what your audience is talking about, the type of terminology they use, type of phrases they use, and you can really use this to get some foundational copywriting, which you can then use this copywriting throughout your bio, throughout your actual captions, throughout your posts, and you can use this to really have an edge over the market, because when the audience sees your content compared to another OF model's content, they're going to think, wow, this person is just for me, and they're really addressing what I'm into, what I like and what I don't like. So I need to make sure that I follow this person and that I stay loyal to them. So you're actually going to be getting tons of subscribers fast, just by picking a really obscure niche and then really going down the rabbit hole of figuring out exactly what they're into and going out of your way to serve and provide for them. And the more value you give to that particular audience, the more value you're going to receive back. So I hope this video made sense. And this is one of the most powerful marketing concepts in the world, because in the end of the day, if you're trying to get subscribers for your OF page, it really just comes down to marketing. And you need to make sure that you've got foundational marketing in place before you even attempt to figure out all these other strategies when it comes to doing some growth hacking on these platforms and doing some promo pages and doing some really decent organic hacks and tips to actually grow these pages. So before you figure out all that, you need to make sure that you're really addressing that you're serving your audience and that you're going in depth into your audience's needs on OnlyFans. So if you got a ton of value from that video, please hit that like button, and I'll see you guys in the next one.